Hello everybody. This is Trina with hellotarina. I am getting back into my lifelong scrapbooking process, which the reason it's called lifelong is because it will take lifelong to get them completed. I have millions of photos and yeah, lots to work on. So I'm going through my little kit that I have for my son's first birthday. I I'm working on it, and I definitely want to keep working on it and get it complete. I have several more photos to scrap, and I am really glad that I decided to do one focus, like traditional layout, and then um, do the pocket pages for the rest, because that is like I'm gonna do a couple of those and see how those go. So I am kind of showing you guys now how the parts that I've already completed, but I do want to change out this top pocket card. Um, I took that out for the glare so you guys could see it without the glare. I love how that turned out. Um, this top pocket card, when I first originally put the letters down, I glued them down and then I had to scoot them over, and some of the ink had already found its way into the glue, so I just decided, you know what, I'm not in love with that card anyways, so I'm just going to redo it. Now, I'm not entirely certain what this was in here for, but I think I'm actually going to end up using it in the end. You'll see. I'm still on the fence with deciding that. It's one of the things I'm working on today. So, but in this video, I am going to kind of take apart this little Jacques here. He needs to be removed because he's going to be added onto the new card. So what I did is, yeah, I did stamping and a little bit of cutting. And that was when I was first learning how to cut on my die cutting machine. So now I have a bit more experience with that, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut out the right size paper and just kind of I want to keep the vellum, and I want to keep the base color because that is, the color combo that I wanted to go with instead of the orange and aqua, which it's it's pretty, and it's definitely, you know, um, Nemo, Finding Nemo, but I don't know. I would probably do the first setup in those tones, but I wanted to do his presence and all that in in the colors that accentuate his outfit. So kind of bring the attention to him instead of the stuff. So even though it's about presents, it's about how he reacts to the presents. So yeah, I got a piece of vellum, and it kind of has a little like a bend in it, and I was trying to get that bend out of there. It didn't really work, so I think I ended up cutting a new one. But I did go on to my silhouette design studio. Excuse me. My goodness. And I designed this layout here that says presents. And I think this is what I originally tried to do, but I didn't have the knowledge. I think I did that on my Cricut, and back then they did, that was a long time ago. Back then they did not allow you to like really um, manipulate your letters and weld and all that kind of stuff. It was very, you know, very simple, just pretty much size and cut. And so that was like, yeah, way back when like the Expressions 2 first came out. So, yeah. So I'm going ahead and trim these down and make sure they're the same size. I totally could have, found my measuring sheet because I have the actual size for these pocket pages. It is 2 5/8 by 3 1/2, and those are both like on the skinny side of those measurements is what it should be, so that they slide down with the embellishments and that kind of thing on your paper, especially if you're doing, the two-sided or the double-sided. So those are just for trading cards. And so, it worked out perfect though, because, I really don't need, I like how I can fit 9 to a page and they're 8.5 by 11. So that works out perfect because my son's uh, album is 8.5 by 11. So yeah, I'm able to fit a lot of photos in the album without taking up too many papers or too many like page slots. It's not near as thick as it's going to be, but yeah, I'm excited to be able to get a lot of these in there. Like there's some that he just, the way that he reacts to things is hilarious. I mean, it's just seeing how he's reacting to things, back then, and how he reacts to things now, and how they're different and how they're the same. It's all kind of interesting to me. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure I got in here was, how his personality showed up even at 1, how it's similar to how he is today. So yeah, this, I always seem to have a little trouble with that, but I, shut off the camera and decided to do it all off screen, so you guys didn't have to wait through all that kind of stuff. So yeah, saved some time there, and then I made that time up by putting too much glue on, and then I had to scrape it off and make sure it didn't have shiny sticking out the sides and all that great stuff. So but yeah, I designed and cut this little presents thing here. This is, like I said, this is what I originally had in mind, and I wasn't able to do it, so I was just like, I didn't really want to mess it up back then, so I went ahead and did it now, and I really like how it turned out. I really do. I really like how, and it's just your basic font, and I still love it. It doesn't have to be some fancy font that, back in the day I didn't have a whole lot to work with, so I kind of wanted to jazz it up with a fancy font, and I don't need that. I can just do a basic font, and I love how it turned out. So, that just kind of reinforces that, you don't always have to go fancy or go big or anything like that. Sometimes the simple is perfectly adequate and ends up doing exactly what you want. So yeah, so this is where I have to go in and kind of clean up everything, and I just take my paper piercer and just kind of wipe down and kind of pick up the any extra shiny glue, because it will dry shiny. So I didn't really want that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I do, I honestly forgot that Jacques goes somewhere when I designed this, so I didn't really think about that, but he seems to work out, he works just fine up there. I think I put him up there above the S at the beginning of the word, presents by the P. But yeah, he works out pretty good. In the end, I still love how this card turned out, so yay. But yeah, this is a quick video. I didn't want to, I continued on after this onto the next page, but I didn't want, the video to be like a million years long, so a million years. It feels like it's gonna be a million years till I get all of these pictures in there, because I have a ridiculous amount of photos to scrapbook, but I really want to get them, scrapbooked. So I'm going to be working at that. I don't know how many, like, how much I'm going to be using like new product or old product or anything like that. I don't really have any of that planned out as of yet. I'm just kind of going with the flow like I normally do. And the reason for that is because every time I like make a plan for something, it doesn't work out, or something comes up and I'm not able to actually get that done, and then it's like out of the, out of my close to my heart catalog. Anyways, so I'm just kind of, I'm just gonna wing it and enjoy my time as I go. Um, if I get some new product in there, then yay me, because I love playing with new product. But yeah, it's, it'll come and go as it, we'll see. It's a surprise for all of us. So, so yes, I did do a whole lot of gluing on this, and that seems to be a lot of this process. It was, that was pretty much the base, basis of this card. So, um, yeah, I'm just adding in the, you know, I don't know what you call those, the spots for the this. I was going to um, like film the process of how I designed it, but honestly I didn't know exactly what I was doing when I was designing it, so I was just like, well, I'm just gonna like, fly by the seat of my pants, and I did, but I didn't film or didn't video it, uh, so yeah, this is pretty simple. Once I get this on here, I just go ahead and add adhesive to the back side of, like all these pieces that I'm putting down, anything that has a decent amount of uh, paper to hide the glue, and I remembered to go very gently on the glue, so yay me. But yeah, this is pretty simple. If you're interested in how I actually did the, word presents, I can do another video now that I know how I did it. I can do a video on that. Just let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I go ahead and add Jacques on there, and then that is pretty much the end of this uh, process. Look at the difference. It's just amazing. The color of the paper is definitely different. Um, but I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal for me, and I almost forget Jacques, almost. And then I look for him because I don't know where he went, and he ended up on a piece of paper, so he was hiding out. But yes, here he is, and I hope you guys enjoyed this process, and I will be back with more. Definitely, definitely more. And if you guys liked, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.